hitting the button.
Okay, I'm excited.
Going live. We're live. Hello, everybody.
Hey
Welcome back
guys.
to the Tokyo Podfathers Titan Watch. I am.
Titan Watch sounds so funny. I like our thumbnail.
he,
Um,
he looks so fucking high in that picture.
who is that?
It's
Is that
Falco.
who?
Falco, when
Oh,
they pulled him out of
Falco,
his
yeah.
Titan, he's just completely out of it.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I mean, I remember that he was in his Titan form, but it's just really funny seeing that face. I saw a funny meme of him where it was like showed I think he was like on top of Peak or something in their Titan form,
Hell
and then
yeah.
it shows him like passed out and as a like I think everyone knows the implication. I'm not sure, but
I think they do.
I think
I
they
think
get
we
it.
all saw that and was like, hey, wait a minute. Hold up.
Yeah.
He was just going
So
for just rampaging.
are we talking about the past two episodes, or are we just talking about this one?
Well,
I
you
kind of
weren't
forget.
here last time, so we can talk about the last two if you want. But
I've been sorry for my absence. I had coronavirus. I can't even think of a meme for it. Like I just literally got it.
I had to let me think of something funny. Coronavirus.
I first this sounds bad. I mean, like obviously a lot of people have been like impacted way worse than me, but I was like, oh yes, I can finally joke about COVID because I got
'Cause you had
COVID.
it.
And then I realized if I made a joke about like, yo, I'm dying, I'm like, no, wait, people actually die from this, so they might think I'm actually like not doing well and I'm just being dramatic instead. Like, so I mean, I'm fine, but yeah, I could like not talk for the last couple podcasts. So
Well, we're all happy to hear that you're fine and you've recovered.
thank you. I still have a bad cough, but I'm pretty much fine.
I haven't had it yet. I feel like I'm left out of the club.
It's you know what? It's really I don't think it's too exciting. You just pretty much have a bad cold, and then
I
you're
just
like,
want to check it off, you know?
you can check it off the bucket list.
Yeah.
Say you've been there.
Gonna mark it off. My brother's had it 3 times.
Wow. Okay, he's going for records there.
I know, right? Like, he's keeping the statistics alive just on his own.
Yeah. I don't even know how you do it. Did he get every variant, or is it like the same one?
I have no idea. But it's been roughly like every 6 months. He's fine and he goes to like a concert. He plays in a lot of bands. And then he comes back and he
Okay.
has it.
That's unfortunate. I feel bad.
He's not as like ruined by it anymore. It's like, oh, I just have it. He's not like sick or anything. He's just like, oh,
Yeah,
I
his
got it
immune
again.
system is so strong.
Guess what? I got it again.
He's like, by the way, got
Got the
He's like,
wrong.
that's kind of funny. Well, I'm glad he's just, going
Becomes-
strong.
Becomes superhuman.
I was gonna say the Trump meme of like they tested his DNA and it's not even DNA.
It's USA.
USA, but he's not from the USA.
No, but that's how good the DNA is, though. It's just
Yeah.
USA.
It's just USA. Yeah, we can just go with that. But
Right.
yeah, I didn't see our own podcast for last week, but last week was kind of like the talking episode. And
Yeah,
then some
last week we
action.
talked about 2 episodes, and they were both very talky episodes.
Yeah. I know Sinners does not like the talking episodes.
I thought he did. I think
I
he
don't-
likes
I
them
don't-
because he likes like writing and exposition and stuff like that.
I thought they didn't like it because I thought they didn't like I thought they don't like when things don't happen because they've been being because I saw that they were like, oh, the last 5 episodes could have been 2 episodes, and that triggered
Oh,
my
yeah, yes.
fight or flight instincts as a Chimera Ant fan. So I was like,
yeah, well, I
no,
definitely agree that they've been dragging ass,
dragging ass.
pacing wise. Jesus Christ, they're stretching
I
this.
could kind of see it.
But then
I
this
could kinda
one
see it.
felt like a lot happened. Like this could have been several
Yeah.
chapters. I don't know if it is. Is it?
It might be. I
You-
think no. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is because like fighting chapters go by a lot quicker than
Right. Because there's no
Yeah.
writing and it's just cool frames.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's well, I forget which I think it was 3 episodes ago where it was like straight up just talking, but like they didn't show any of like the facial expressions. They just showed like the trees and shit.
Oh yeah, that was like the previous or the one before that in the campfire, like in the forest.
Yeah, that one I thought was like That one, like, I mean, they did fine, but like, I do wish they showed their facial expressions a bit more than
Yeah.
like the trees behind them.
And
But
the
and
and
then
the
the last one was
undisclosed
like,
information was stew.
yeah, the undisclosed stew. That was funny. Okay, Block said that Cineris liked the exposition, but also dislikes not focusing on the rumbling. Well,
Yes, I'm going crazy. I want to
you need
see
to
it.
see.
Like they keep
Yeah,
talking about it and not showing it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where they're gonna end, but do we know about any more grumbling regarding like a follow-up movie or follow-up season? Because
I have heard nothing new, but it seems unrealistic that they're gonna wrap it all up in one episode, right?
yeah, um, yeah, I don't think they will. I think I know what's gonna happen next episode, and the unfortunate thing is like next episode will get us really hyped for like the following content that I don't even know if we'll get.
Yeah, I feel like next episode they're gonna get to Eren and then it's gonna end, and then that's it.
It might. I
And
don't
then we
know.
wait 2 years for the Blu-rays to come out for a movie.
Yeah.
Nah, it'll probably get like anime movies have been getting a lot more like widespread releases in cinemas and stuff. Even here
Yeah.
in my tiny ass country, we're getting stuff now. It's like,
Oh, that's cool.
wow. So
Wow.
it might be a year and a half. Then they'll have the movie.
That I could see it. I mean, I feel like that would be a good way for them to make tons of money. I think a
Oh,
movie
yeah.
could do it.
Jesus Christ!
It would
Yep.
make so much money.
Because everybody's been watching this show, and you have to see the ending.
Yeah, I can't imagine them not. I think the series is too big to not have one at this point.
It'll be a VN. They'll release a visual novel.
Can you imagine if another PowerPoint series?
Yes.
I could only imagine. Yeah, this episode was kind of wild. We got not one but two Sakuga moments.
Oh my god. Everybody went fucking like popped off. Connie had some Sakuga, Flock went
Connie
off,
did stuff.
Mikasa showered in the blood of her enemies.
Yeah. Did you see the one post? I gotta find it. It was like on the Jaeger bomb subreddit. It's like worst character of all time showering in the blood of her enemies, ruthless or something.
No, I mean I saw Twitter going wild with well, the funny thing is I did not see any of the Mikasa criticism. I only saw you and F's responses to it.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
I take your word for it, but yeah.
Yeah, like unfortunately I see so like the person I was talking about, you know, they were complaining because they're like, oh, the Mikasa scene is too violent. Like, why did she go so far? It's too much, you know? This is where we draw the line. Like, now Attack on Titan has gotten too violent. We gotta tone it back. But so my gripe was like a lot of people kind of complain about Mikasa doing things that like every other character has done and like has done from the get-go. And so some people were genuinely like, I feel like it's out of character. But then most people who are complaining are kind of like, I just hate Mikasa. How dare she do this to my Jaegerist
No, I just
bros?
hate her, actually.
Yeah, they're just like, no, I just hate her. And the person I was talking about, who I went off on, yeah, no, it turns out they're a Jaegerist bro. They just hate Mikasa, so it was warranted dunking.
Well, I mean, if you don't like Mikasa, then you don't like Mikasa, I guess.
Well, I think there's a difference between like not liking Mikasa because you don't find her a good character and then getting annoyed that she's doing the same thing everyone else does, but you're making a point of it because it's Mikasa. You know what I mean?
For me, I was taken aback by, and we discussed this on Twitter too. It seemed extraordinarily bloody for her. Like, I know she's killed people and she's a badass, but she seemed like this was like some fucking Doom Eternal glory kill bullshit. Like tying people up, swinging them around, stabbing through the headless corpse and exploding them. It's like, this is Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. People were like, well, why did she blow them up? Like, and it's like, I don't know, man. I mean, I think my argument is always like,
it's a bit much.
I think it's a lot, and it is like rule of cool, but that's like always how Attack on Titan has been, you know? That's
for me,
argument.
it seemed like a tactical decision to like waste one of the rockets. Like, she got rid of the rocket.
Yeah, but then, and then, I mean, I didn't even think of it like that. Like, she got rid of one of the rockets, and then that means that won't be flown at the ship. Like,
or maybe it was,
point.
like I said, a scare tactic. Like, she knew that would shower her in their gore, and then she'll look really cool when she like side eyes 4 goons
She's
on the
thinking
roof.
about how cool.
And then they'll run away.
They did run away. I think
Yeah.
it did end up scaring them, but I think like people were like, "Why is she showering in their blood?" And I think she was supposed to look sad after that. Like I don't think she was like really hyped up on what she did, but it did look scary. And I think it does serve to remind people that like she is the second most badass character in the show after Levi. Like,
Well, so
you know.
now she's number 1 because Levi is not going to do much of anything.
Formerly number 2, now number 1 by default. Levi has no fingers and an eye, so
She's watching the throne while he's away for a little bit.
yeah.
And who knows, he might not come back.
Yeah, who knows? Levi's just chilling and suffering in silence. But yeah, I mean, and I've seen Levi do this kind of stuff back in season 3. We've got like Annie in season 1. We got like the Jaegerists just blowing up buildings.
We always knew like Levi, the dead-eyed fucking psychopath, like what he's capable of. I guess it's just kind of shocking seeing Mikasa finally like cross that line and become that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really mind because I think it's like, I mean, I think it's just kind of wild because the first time I saw it, I did think it was a cool scene and I didn't think it was out of character. So I'm just amazed that so many people were bitching about something that's like, that's pretty cool.
I don't think it's out of character. It feels like where her character was going all this time. It was just like jarring to finally see it. For me, at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was still badass.
Yeah, this is my thing too. Mark Haster says Attack on Titan had characters shooting themselves in the mouth to not get eaten by titans, so it's always been over the top with violence, so I don't really mind. And that's generally how I feel.
I don't think anyone upset about it is upset about the level of violence, because we've seen worse. Much worse.
Well, my Twitter replies would disagree, unfortunately.
That's the craziest thing we've seen in it.
Like, I'd argue we've seen crazier things.
We've seen... Well, I guess we didn't see it. Like, Eren Dad, like, killing a family and their kids.
Yeah, that was... Yeah.
We've seen some shit. We've seen a king forcing his daughter to eat their mom.
We saw... This was an old meme that we don't remember, but we saw the butt funnel. No one remembers the butt funnel, but I do. The poop chair.
Whatever happened to that poop chair?
I wonder if it got crushed in the rumble thing.
I bet, like, once the dust settles, it'll be the only thing left.
This episode legit made me root for the Jaegerists, felt bad for them. So, I'm on two minds.
I get that. I understand that. Because they were incompetent beyond belief. They were not fighting back in any way.
Fight back, fend.
They had like fully automatic like pistols and submachine guns just blasting everywhere. Hit nothing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they were just like not taking aim. Except when it was to the...
Yeah, I think one of them grazed Connie.
Yeah, Connie. Imagine like Connie is like outside your... Connie is outside your
The one hit they got
zone.
was like Connie, but like in the ribs, I guess. And then fucking Jean just blasted his head off from behind the rooftop.
Yeah, like yeah, they were doing a lot of damage to the Titans. The Titans when Annie.
That's right. Yeah.
Annie and Reiner were fighting, and they were pretty much just there to like absorb the blasts from the Thunder Spear, and it reminds me of the meme of like final boss when you fight them the first time, and then like boss when they join your party and they're like infinitely weaker. And, like, they were so much tougher when everyone was fighting against them.
What the fuck happened? Their armor stat just went way down.
Yeah. Oh wait, there actually was an answer to the poop chair thing. It had a bomb in it.
That's right.
Wait, I can't believe they actually did tie up what happened to that. I feel like I've had this conversation about this before.
And Blog asks what butt funnel, and it was like, how can you forget?
How could anyone forget?
The butt funnel chair that we saw for like all of 4 seconds at the end of an episode when some crazy guy, Inquisition guy is like torturing somebody. I forget who or why, but
Zachary, he was like the crazy guy who like took over at some point after they threw up through the government or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think the Jaegers have a sympathetic point of view in that, like, I can understand why they think that, but I still don't think they're, like, root-worthy or, like, ever, like, you know, rootable, you know?
What do you mean? They're just patriots. They love their country.
Yeah, yeah, they're just patriots. Their DNA is USA. What can you say?
Literally.
Yeah, literally. I think it's like, well, I think people always forget. Well, I think people forget that they're like, um, like they're trying to like kill everyone on the planet. So like, I think that's like kind of
Yeah,
like
but
we
I'm
lose
not
track of it.
related to everyone on the planet, okay?
To call an ambulance, but not for me.
Yeah, I'm related to my family who's right here.
Yeah,
Everyone else is trying to kill them. So I kill everyone else. It's easy
Yeah.
maths.
Easy maths right there. But yeah, I mean, I think it was like sad seeing how they're like, aren't we friends? Like, why are you betraying us? And it's like, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we are, but, my bad.
My bad.
Pop.
You gotta do it to him.
I had to do it to him.
Had to do it to him.
Like, we could maybe talk this out, but we don't really have the time.
Yeah, people have definitely not tried talking it out enough. So,
well,
stuff.
In this case, it was really, they were pressed for time, I would say.
They were yeah, the time for talking was over. The time for smashing was now.
Yeah.
But it does show like it's tough that they fought with these people and now like, these people they had fought against and like they didn't want to fight against them, but I mean, I think they think saving the world is more important than, letting everyone die. So, yeah, we got Sinra saying, I think there's moral ambiguity insofar as there's no good answer for these issues, but the Jaegerists are 100% definitely the bad guys, and I agree with that.
Well, then there is an answer. If the Jaegerists are the bad guys, then what they want to do is the bad one.
Wait, say that again?
But if Jaegerists are 100% the bad guys, then their solution is the wrong one.
Yes.
So there is an answer.
Yeah, I do think there is like moral ambiguity, and you can see like where they're coming from and why they're like absolutely so radicalized. But I think it is also kind of like, no, we probably shouldn't kill everyone in the world. Probably shouldn't.
What if everyone in the world is an asshole, though?
Yeah, but fuck the world.
Fuck the world. They're just killing society. They're killing chaos, is what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of like what else has happened. I mean, a lot of guys died. We got the Falco transformation.
We finally got Falco's Titan. How do you like it?
I feel like it. Okay, so I can't say anything. Well, okay, so it looks like really silly in like this episode.
Does it get better?
Silly. Well, I think it does, but I don't want to like. I don't want to.
That's good then. I was scared it was gonna stay like this because it looks so stupid.
Yeah.
It's like you can see his actual face under the beak. It was like, that looks so dumb.
Yeah.
Looks like fucking what's his name? The big monkey in Jungle Book. Louis. King Louis. No, Baloo, when he dresses up as a monkey, he got the coconut mouth.
Yeah. Wait, Baloo, yeah. What a nice reference.
That's such a
he
nice
looks
movie.
really silly. He looks very Shadow of the Colossus.
Yes.
But
so I was like the Aztec vibes to him, like big like, man bird thing.
Yeah, exactly. He looks a bit interesting. So, but I will say, I guess without too much spoilers, that I do think it gets better over time.
Huh.
I will say that without revealing too much.
Interesting. Because I don't remember any of the other Titans having like evolving appearances.
I don't know, maybe they just change it like slightly, but I don't know. You'll know. When you know, but I don't want to.
We'll see it in the movie.
Yeah, we'll see it in theaters coming soon.
Yeah.
Allegedly. But yeah, I mean, he transforms and that's how we got this beautiful thumbnail and background. Smoke weed every day.
He looks so fucking blasted. I didn't even add that much smoke in the image. It was already smoky.
You're like, this isn't even edited. This was just a direct screenshot.
They slipped in a joint at like exactly this time code. It's crazy.
It's so wild. Subliminal messaging at its finest. Yeah, Cinders was like, there's no good answers, but there are definitely bad ones. And then Mark Hassler said, I would say that Zeke's plan is also just wrong. I'm saying this because it's the polar opposite of the Jaeger's plan. Yeah, I think that's a good point. I forgot about Zeke's character because he's
Zeke's
stuck
plan seemed like, I guess, like the most humane, like least victims. Most people wouldn't even know. It's just a somewhat swift solution without much warfare. But it's also very, like, demeaning, just castrating an entire people.
Yeah.
Of course, nobody wants to go along with that.
Yeah. You don't feel good about it. It feels very kind of a downer. You can't get hype about that.
Yeah, it's
you can't Sasageo that one.
Yeah, you can't really give your hearts. In 50 years, none of us will have kids, and it's just all gonna die.
Well, we do have one of our favorite, podcast specific memes of, Aaron, notorious kid fan, would not be for this plan.
Is he a kid fan?
Remember when we're like, remember back in Ye Yonder, like beginning of the season days, where they're like, I can't see Aaron going for his plan. Like, why? You guys know Aaron. Why would he be in favor of Zeke's plan? And we're like, why are they so confident that he's not in favor of Zeke's plan? Is he like notorious kid lover? And that's one of our best podcast specific memes. So when we bring up Aaron, we're like, Aaron, notorious kid lover.
Known kid lover.
So shout out to you 4 episodes ago.
So he's like, what do you mean a world without kids?
Yeah.
Sounds like hell. I'd rather die.
Sinner's brought up it's probably a partial transformation, and then the urge crusher in caps, emphasizing that. Hanji kind of pushed Aaron to do the rumbling by not doing anything. It's an interesting point, but what would Hanji have done?
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering what that means. Kind of pushed Aaron to do the rumbling by not doing anything. Were they together before he did it? Like, he was in the jail cell. Yeah.
And he was kind of like, come at me, pussy. I think that's kind of like what he said. And like, I feel like his mind was already made up. So like I don't think Hanji...
He's like, I choose to be here.
Yeah, exactly. No, he pulled the like, I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me kind of thing.
like, literally, I could just level this entire place whenever I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, like, it's just, I don't think Hanji would have been the one.
Well, I guess, like, Hanji not having a plan against the outside forces. Like, suddenly they all knew that the entire world is, like, conspiring to destroy Eldia once and for all. And Hanji didn't really want to do anything about it. And Zeke had a pussy-ass plan about it.
It's still kind of tough because I feel like, we know that, like, genocide is wrong because logistically not everyone hates them, but it's kind of tough when we see just everyone hating them.
Like, yeah, it's like all the other countries are talking, like, developing anti-Titan whatever, just to get rid of them forever. It's like, okay, maybe Aaron has kind of a point.
I think it's kind of tough because I was thinking...
Could you just maybe, like, trample... like the capital cities of those countries. Just that. Maybe just those.
Yeah, like, I think the point is that, like, Aaron obviously thinks that there's, like, no hope for them outside of the walls because he thinks that, like, everyone will just automatically hate them. And I think that all of the leaders of the world are kind of, like, using that fear and hatred to, like, radicalize everyone so they can, take over the island, which... this isn't, like, brought up as much, but, like, I think they do want to go after the island for, like, the natural resources. Like, they mentioned that, like, this stuff, like, in the island is, like, that, they have some kind those crystals that they, like, power their, OMD gear with.
Mm-hmm. The OMG?
OMG gear. I forget what they're called. OBD?
Yeah, OMG? I think it's OMD. ODM.
The OBS?
ODM, omnidirectional maneuvering.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Like, the stuff that they power that with comes from, like, resources that are only found on the island, which is why they all want to like take over the island. And I think that they're using that kind of like hatred for the Eldian and like the past war crimes to like radicalize everyone. But like I'm sure that like an average citizen is not like doesn't really give a shit,
Yeah.
So
of course.
I think so I feel like they could definitely
then again, like the average citizen, they're like, it's normal for Eldians to just walk around wearing like identifying like armbands and stuff. They're treated as subhuman. At least in Marley.
They're always like ice.
Everyone is always reminded of their crimes.
Yeah.
It's just a shitty situation all around. And we've talked about it on many of the episodes. Like, is there a diplomatic solution to this? I just don't see it.
Yeah.
And right now, Aaron has the bigger stick. And yeah. He's got the nukes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. I don't know. It is tough because I think Sinners put it well that there are no good answers, but there are many bad answers. So
yeah. It's just about finding the least bad, which would be like sterilizing the entire people.
That would
be the least bad.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, it is kind of tough because like I do think that like the Alliance has their heart in the right place where like genocide is bad, we shouldn't kill everyone, but it is kind of like
preposterous.
What?
Preposterous.
Maybe we can talk? No talking. But it is kind of tough because it's like, what's their action plan?
Yeah. Oh, don't kill everyone. Well, if we don't, then they kill us. Well, shit.
Well, yeah, and that's why it's tough.
Guess we'll die. Yeah. I mean, I guess from Aaron's point of view, it comes down to not like lying down and letting everyone else decide what happens. Like, he's got the power to change things. And he wants to change things by not being the victim.
Yeah. Not getting sterilized, so.
Doesn't want that either. Known kid lover.
Known kid lover.
Oh yeah, Gappy continues to be like the best shot in any series ever.
That was awesome.
She's got a fucking like precision hit rate 100%. Like every single shot she takes. It's wild. Like, imagine if she got it, like if she became the new female Titan, right? And she got her hand on one of those anti-Titan guns, and she could just wield that as a rifle, bro.
He would literally be like an Ava, like with the Ava guns.
Exactly what I was thinking. Like pulling the cannon out of the skyscraper and just like going to town.
That would be wild. I would actually be so down for that.
That's how we know it's not gonna happen, because you said that.
That would be wild. It's like, which Titan is she gonna take over now? Like, we're running out.
Yeah, we have a movie.
We do. Well, yeah, one episode of Attack on Titan left forever. I doubt it. I wish, but I don't know.
Well, there's gotta be one episode left forever, and then there's a movie.
Yeah, fingers crossed for the movie.
There's gotta be no more episodes.
No more.
Or they could do a horrible decision and make it another season. Final season part 3.
All of these series are copying Gintama's thing. Like the final, the semi-final, the actual final. Like
I thought that was Monogatari's shtick.
Yeah, Monogatari.
Ending for reals.
Ending for reals. But Gintama memed it into like its actual title. I forget what they called it. I think it is called the final.
The final.
The final.
It's all like anyone who works in like graphics or whatever, or movie editing, they know the pain of having like the document that's called like title of the project final V2 final.
Yeah, we do that with our podcast stuff. I do that sometimes.
It's like every edit gets saved as a new final. Do you think Flock? Well, fuck. I forget that it's you. You can't speculate.
What do you think? I'll try and say what I think Sinris will say. I'll just be Sinris
about
on
Flock. I mean, I saw Sinris's comments, and it was that there's no time for him to be alive. There's no time left for Flock to be alive. He got shot in the shoulder, on the ribs. Then he fell a long way into water, which would kill a normal man. But this this guy is fucking crazy. And I have seen wilder things not kill people in fiction before. And that it's not a confirmed kill shot, and that makes me think he's not fully dead.
Well, I feel like, something a rule that I have lived by is that, if I'm not sure if they're dead, they're probably not dead.
Right. Yes, exactly.
And that's something I've experienced with like every series where I'm like, are they dead? And it's like, probably not.
Did you see the corpse? No.
Yeah. Except for the series where they do kind of show Levi's corpse, but they're like, no, but not actually dead. He looks like a corpse, but...
He looks like a corpse, but we know it's Levi. I mean, there's no way. He'll never die.
It's like... Yeah. I think he's still topped the popularity polls, even by the last one. I want to find that out, actually.
Reiner gets to die before Levi does.
No, Reiner is not allowed to die because
that's
he needs
what I'm
to suffer.
saying, so that's why Levi will never die. Yeah, none of them can die.
None of them are allowed to die.
Will it ever explain why Ymir is still building titans for the opponents?
I think it's just Stockholm Syndrome. I think that's just the answer.
It's like, I feel like she got liberated and she's on her final mission, and then these guys can just like commission 3 free titans. Oh, hey, we need this thing to kill Eren, and she's like, okay, fine. She's playing both teams so that she always comes out on top.
Isn't she just playing for Eren's team now?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So why is she building the female titan and armored titan for Annie and Reiner?
Weren't they already built? So like they already have it. So it's not like
no. They transformed in this episode. Like the last one.
So they didn't get like untitanized by her. They were just able to control. They were just able to still transform.
Yeah, but it's blah, blah, blah. When they transform, she builds them a new titan.
That's her creating. I think that's her creating a titan every time an Eldian is born.
Is that what it is? So just like their mod, it's like a template.
Yeah, she's not every time they transform.
Oh, that's more efficient. I thought it was adding to her suffering that every time anybody transforms, she built it from scratch.
No, that would be too much work. No.
That's too hardcore.
That's too hardcore.
She might be stuck in this weird ice desert for an eternity, but that would be crazy.
Yeah, she is doing it by hand with a bucket, but
don't be silly.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense then. But doesn't it stand to reason then that she could like kick those over? Just destroy the statues?
I mean, yeah, could you imagine like kick by kick, like no more titans?
Yeah. Well, she has forever. There's no time limit. She can just go from the top and start like pushing piles of sand away.
That would be funny. I don't know. I think
it's just sand. It makes no sense that they can stand to begin with. Absolutely, complete nonsense that she's able to build them.
Yeah, she's just built different. What can we say?
Especially Eren's new one. Like, there's no support in that. Where would you even start stacking the sand to build arcs that big?
That's true. But this is also the same series where Reiner sends his ass to his consciousness to his ass.
I believe that more.
I just bring that's just my favorite thing to bring up. Like, it doesn't even actually bother me, but I will not stop bringing up how that is a thing.
Would you believe that that's not the first time that's happened in fiction?
When did it also happen?
Have you seen the animated Buzz Lightyear TV show cartoon?
No, isn't that newer than Attack on Titan though?
But this was like on Disney Channel back when Disney Channel was first made, I think. This is old.
No, I might not have seen this one.
There's
I didn't get Disney Channel.
There's like a big boy alien guy who's very rotund. And it is explained at some point that his brain is in his ass.
Oh my god. That kind of makes sense though.
What is his name?
So Buzz Lightyear and Reiner are essentially the same character.
Lightyear, Star Command Alien. Shit. Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. Characters. Space Rangers. That's not him. What? Am I being gaslit?
Gaslit girl boss. Gatekept.
Oh, there he is. Booster Munchapper is his name. I'll put a picture in the stream. Downloads, Booster. Of course I can't, because it's a fucking WebP picture. Thanks, Nyx.
What are the existence of those? Like, why do those exist?
Because Google.
I hate Google. Not really,
Fuck
but like,
Google. If you ask Nyx, it's the greatest thing ever made.
Why does Nyx like them?
Well, because they're technically better. They're just not adopted by everything in the world yet. There it is.
So they do work as like a picture image.
They do. They are a better version of JPEGs. They just don't work with everything the way JPEGs do.
JPEGs for life.
JPEGs for life. Wait, I want bitmap files forever. I put him on the stream. He's doing a salute. It's like a big red guy.
So this guy
has some brain in his ass.
Looks like a Space Jam character.
I think the way it comes up is like everybody's being mind controlled by some alien, and then they're like, "How come you didn't get mind control?" He's like, "Well, part of my brain is in my ass, actually." Does that make Aaron Woody? I don't know. Woody is kind of fucking crazy in the first Toy Story. Like, he's just straight up tries to murder Buzz.
Yeah, that's true.
So that would make, like, he sees a threat and he goes nuclear option. Who's Seth then? That's the evil boy, right?
Oh yeah, he's a like.
That's Flock.
That's Flock. That is so Flock.
Yeah.
That is so Flock. What do you think of Flock as like a character?
He's kind of strange because then he says things that makes you think that he's probably not listening to what Aaron's saying at all. It's like he's hyping up the Jaegerists by saying, "And we have to fight back because the world will seek revenge and butcher your parents, siblings, and children." Not realizing that that's what Aaron is doing.
Yeah.
He's seeking revenge and killing everybody's parents, siblings, and children. And something about like what's so wrong with servitude or like being subservient. And it's like, well, that's exactly what Aaron doesn't want to do. That's what he hates. He wants you to be free, like master of your own fate.
Yes.
Like, are you listening, Flock? Are you listening? No, he's just like on a power trip because he's somehow been chosen to be a leader in this weird.
He's like, Aaron
thing.
told me everything. They show in a flashback. Aaron's like, I have never spoken to you in my life.
I have never met this man in my life.
I've never met him in my life.
Yeah, something tells me that Aaron probably didn't want the Jaegerists at all. He never asked for this.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny.
Like, I don't know. Did he gather the Jaegerists, or was it all Seek? I feel like it was all Seek.
I feel like it was.
And Yelena, I guess. Seek, Yelena, maybe Flock.
Yeah, they're just fans. He's
right.
Like, I didn't ask for any of you guys.
Like,
you guys are just my fan club.
Seek was there being like, okay, Aaron said he's good to go on the plan. We have a plan. Let's all follow Aaron.
Yeah,
and then Aaron is like, well, psych, motherfucker. Fuck you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Your plan sucks. Mine is better. I mean, I feel like Flock was just like along for the ride and he ended up in a position of power and then he likes that. But he never actually considered any of the lessons being taught.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. And the thing is like, and the thing is, they're like, Flock is like openly like, I'm becoming the devil for us to survive, which is what he was like, because he got like fucked up after the whole Irwin massacre thing, and he's like, no, we need a devil who will sacrifice themselves for us. So he's like openly being like, no, I am just an asshole now. I'm not even human. I don't give a shit.
I'm doing what's necessary for this new
Yeah.
regime to work.
He's like, I am the bad guy.
Yeah. Well,
and
they've made a great job of making him very punchable. Like, he does that smile. Like that. Really,
yeah, that was like...
like really
yeah,
like ratty.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah, see? Yeah.
yeah, he's like, he has like a henchman face.
He does. He has the henchman face.
He's just like a massive shitheel. I was expecting him to be dead long ago. But then in this episode, he kind of fucking kicks ass. Like
it is funny to see everyone kicking ass. Like I was like, wait a minute, I forgot when these characters are suddenly like kick ass all of a sudden.
Because they've just been sitting around for like a season. They haven't been doing shit.
Yeah.
Talking and sitting and walking and like being held hostage and just discussing things. And then this episode, they pop off and everybody's flying all around. Flock is like soloing 2 Titans, almost sinking the battleship. Awesome.
Back to Attack on Titan.
Yeah. And then none of that next week because everybody's gone. Not next week, next week.
Yeah, because is it a delay for next week?
It's delayed. Something is being broadcast in the usual time slot. I feel like it's some sports thing.
Lame.
Who needs Fuck sports. I don't need sports. I need the Titan Bowl.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out next week, maybe around that time, if we have more content. But what do you think we'll get next week? And possibly the last Attack on Titan episode.
I feel like it's just gonna be them getting... Well, they have to figure out where the fuck he is. First of all, they have to figure out...
Where in the world is Eren Yeager?
Where in the world is Eren San Diego? Maybe he's in San Diego.
That'd be fun.
That's how they find out. They do like a... like in... What's that called? Like in Independence Day with Jeff Goldblum is like, Snickers, a wrapper, a virus. Connecting things and coming up with a solution. Word association, that's what.
Yeah.
But I feel like, didn't someone say they had an idea how to find them?
That's what I was thinking. I forgot if it was like they were...
I thought someone said they had a solution to that.
I think they did, but I forget what they said.
Yeah, so they're probably... Oh, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna sail past the rumbling.
Yeah, they're getting on the fucking plane. I mean, sea boat. They're gonna take to the skies to find Eren.
They're gonna fix the sea boat flying.
It's so funny calling them a sea boat.
A sea boat?
I mean, airboat.
Well, a sea boat and an airplane, I mean. Makes sense, right? Yeah, they're gonna go there and fix it. They'll probably get out, like, last fucking second. And then it's gonna end with them in the air, like, pinpointing Eren's location. And then it's gonna... To be continued.
To be continued. That'd be funny.
That's probably what it's gonna be. But I thought... That kind of blew my mind, too. It was like, they're saying, oh, it's too late for Marley and Liberio, or whatever it's called. Even if we stop dead in his tracks now, it's too late for those places. But we're gonna get on a boat and sail past the rumbling and still have 12 hours before they get to us. How fucking fast is that ferry? Jesus Christ.
I don't know. That's a good question.
They estimate that they can rumble an entire continent in 4 days.
That's pretty wild, actually.
Continents are big.
Yeah,
of course they vary. It's like, okay, sure, there's a difference between, like, the length of the US and Africa. That's a difference, but both are still pretty fucking big.
It's pretty wild that they're like, they're faster than galloping horses. I'm like, I don't know. They were moving kind of slowly.
Maybe they're they're moving kind of slow. And also, I feel like a galloping horse is not going to cross a continent in 4 days.
Yeah, I agree.
So maybe their continents are just small. Maybe this is like a
weak-ass continents
to the size of their continents, I guess. There's like some math here that doesn't check out. Like, if a Titan leaves London at this time here, when do they crush Paris?
Yeah. That's so funny. I saw a clip. This is actually technically the end of the episode. What did you think about the two leaders?
I was wondering the entire time who the fuck they were.
Like, yeah, the two leaders dying.
This show demands a lot. Like me remembering who the fuck Magath and Seth? Shadis. Remembering who they are. And Shadis was like their trainer?
Yeah.
That's so long ago. It's been years.
Well, Magath was like with them. He's like in charge of like the like Gabby and like Reiner's crew. Like he's their leader, and then Shadis trained them.
Well,
but
so
Shadis has been like
Magath
Shadis got the shit beat out of him by Falco and shit for like not Falco, by Flock for like existing, you know?
Oh yeah. I guess I just assumed he was dead.
Well, his line is, "I've been looking for a good time to die."
Yeah.
And I like the content of them being like, okay, we're gonna hold down the fort for the kids. But I just think the line, "I've been looking for a good place to die," is just like really funny. Like, I just think that's a really funny line.
That's a very cliche, like old warrior line kind of thing.
Well, they could have found a bit more like symbolic to be like, you know, "I've been looking for a good place to go down with a fight" or something. Not just like, "I want to die here."
I've been looking for
more poetic.
An honorable death.
Yeah.
Maybe that is what he's saying, and it just got subbed weird.
Yeah, it might have been just translated weird. Or it's just kind of like, "No, I am dying right here."
Yeah, I mean, I've been looking for a good death. Like, that's all you can ask as a soldier.
I just can't imagine anyone else blatantly saying, "I want to die," besides Reiner.
Well, Reiner, yeah. He's not even looking for a good death. He just looking for a death. Yeah.
He's like, "I'm not picky. Beggars can't be choosers."
I'll take any death, please.
I'll take any for 500.
I will dive in front of Annie and take 5 thunder spears to the face. Just please end it.
Well, end it all.
End it all. Yeah, they got fucked up as Titans.
They did.
Reiner,
I'm telling you, that's what happens when an enemy joins your team and they're immediately nerfed. That's exactly how I feel.
God, that's such a universal, like, old video game thing.
It's just so funny.
The most blatant example, have you ever played Chrono Trigger? Or do you know it?
I know what Chrono Trigger is, but I've not played it.
It's like a big, evil, dark wizard. He's a pretty early boss, and he's awesome. He's called Magus. Then later on, he can join your team, and he's just like, well, what the fuck? Where did your spells go?
Exactly.
The one that you take 3 turns to cast, and you just wipe my team. Where is it? I would love to use it against this boss, but no.
That's exactly how I feel what happened with these two Titans. Like, these were like the final bosses of season 1 and season 2, and now they're just taking some thunder spears to the face and are down in like a couple.
I mean, it makes sense for Annie to be unprepared for the thunder spears. Like, she's been in coma for 5 years.
That is fair. It is fair that
they are fighting like specific anti-Titan, like stuff that's made to fight like shifters.
Exactly. Yeah, it is fair. I just think it's funny because it reminds me.
It's just funny.
But I
guess it's also a way to show that like Flock's team, like, we're the best of the Jaegerists in a sense. Yeah. Although they don't seem like fighting humans, they suck ass. It's incredible how bad they are. But they're good at fighting Titans, I suppose.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
Oh, Nix asked, do you reckon that the gang will ever return to paradise before the end of the series? I don't see why they would. Doesn't seem like there's much left.
Yeah.
I mean, if they survive, then sure. But there's probably no reason to. Besides, like, oh, it's home. It's not much, but it's home.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem that relevant anymore. I mean, it's like a setting, you know?
And I guess Armin doesn't really have any other place to call home.
I think it's Mr. Worldwide time.
Mikasa could be like, oh, fuck, I'm the fucking queen of not Japan now. I'm the only remaining person from that country. I'm of royal lineage. Here we go, I'm a queen. It's finally Mikasa's time to shine in fantasy Japan.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be. I think next week's. Well, not next week. 2 weeks from now. To you, 2 weeks from now.
Us,
I think
2 weeks from now.
That episode will be interesting, but
I'm excited to see it wrap up because it's not gonna. But I'm excited to see where it leaves off, like what's in store. Like I sure as fuck hope it doesn't wrap up. That would be so rushed.
Yeah, that would be wild if they're like, no more Attack on Titan. We're giving up.
Oh, we just completely slowed down for like 5 or 6 episodes, and then wham, get everything all at once. Maybe it's double length. If it was double length, I could see it.
Mm-hmm. That would be a cool way to.
That would be cool. That'd be nice if they did that, but I don't think they will.
Yeah, I remember when Made in Abyss did that, and I was like, you know what? I like this.
Because I feel like they would have announced if they did that. Right?
Yeah, I feel like they're kind of. I feel like they put it off a week because they had to prep more, but like I also think I think they're more on the defense than offense, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like
yeah.
They're just trying to hold out.
I think we're gonna get like set up for a movie.
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool. What do they call the movie though?
Requiem.
Attack on Titan Requiem.
They take the title before the.
It's for the repose of the souls of the dead. So it's like in church when they're like playing a song to put them to peace. But more recently, it's used in badass scenes to show people getting fucked up. But
there's no opposites of a requiem, I guess. Like I guess like a funeral hymn or a dirge, something like that.
Well, it'd be like the birth hymn because this is for a funeral. Yeah. I'm gonna old fashioned requiem antonym. It is. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but that's what I did, and I found nothing.
Synonyms and antonyms for requiem. I'll see.
The antonyms are like bad, dull.
Yeah, I saw that actually.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Elegy,
dumb.
lament.
Yeah.
Threnody. I have never heard this word.
I don't think that's a word. I know it's probably a word, but I don't know.
Expressing one's grief over a loss. A threnody.
Attack on Titan Threnody.
Threnody. No, it'll be the made up like giant word that one guy wrote the entire article about. Fuck, what was that? Sinra's in the chat. You know it.
We've not reached the point where Requiem diverges yet. It only comes in for the last 3 chapters, and we are not there.
What was it called? Like that weird, stupid word they made up for Titans. Because they were not called Titans in this series.
Oh,
that thing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I forget.
Sinners will know it. I know Sinners will know it.
When they got really salty that they weren't using their made-up word for Titans. We posted that in chat somewhere.
Aotena Onslaught. That's right.
Aotena.
Please have the movie be called Aotena Onslaught.
Okay, if the movie is not named that, we need to name next week's episode that.
That's so... I fucking love that so much, because it makes sense. That's the worst part about it, is that there's like solid reasoning behind it. It's just such a smug asshole.
That's a flock.
That's a real flock moment.
That's a flock moment.
Like you could see him make that face while he's arguing why Aotena is the correct.
It's so funny. I think he would. He would be that guy.
Actually, they don't call them Titans
Actually,
ever.
It's Aotena on set.
Actually, in the first volume, it says Giant Field. They don't call them Titans.
I'm gonna call it Uatena of the Colossus. No, it's Shadow of the Uatena. It makes me think
Revolutionary Girl Uatena.
Yeah, I'm saying it wrong, but I don't care.
You're saying Utena, like the
Uatena.
name. Utena. Aotena.
Aotena.
Is that how Kami is translating it? Oh, that's what it was. It was like an article about why they chose that word. Yeah. I feel like we can workshop some movie names for the last Titan Watch episode.
Yeah,
I'm gonna think about it.
I think if anyone's watching this after our stream, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, what would your Attack on Titan?
What would your Attack on Titan
final part 3, final movie, final subtitle be?
Attack on Titan Freedom.
Or Freedom, finally.
Attack on Titan Freedom. Attack on Titan Sasageo.
Oh, they could just call it Give Your Heart or something like that. That would be really cheesy, but fitting.
Yeah.
Irvin was right.
Seek
did nothing wrong. All he ever wanted
Attack
was
on
a
Titan.
brother.
Zeke, dummy thick.
It's like family ties. It stays in the family. Yeah. I think that's us. We've been going for almost an hour.
See you 2 weeks from now.
To us
Cool.
and you, 2 weeks from now. See you then for their final Titan Watch.
Titan Watch is a fun title.
Too bad we came up with it now and not like years ago. It's like just before the thing ends.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, as they say, nothing ends. We'll always have more Attack on Titan discourse. For
Always
better or
keep
worse.
moving forward.
Yeah, Attack on Titan movie, keep moving forward.
That's what it's gonna be.
Yes.
Tatakai.
Tatakai.
Anyway, yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye, all.
Stop.